Audubon 2456.
State of the Save is back with part 1 of The Wolf Among Us. Hi, listener, I am Michael, usually co-host, stepping up to the lead host chair. Some housekeeping directly up at the top because you're like, this is different than the usual format. If you did not get a chance to listen to the State of the Save update, or you're asking, where's God of War Part 2? Eric had to take a little break from the show. There was some scheduling conflicts that happened. He's a father, and it's the end of the school year, plus some work stuff, as you might know, have came up. So we didn't get a chance to record Part 2 of God of War, and he's going to take a break through this next game, The Wolf Among Us. But with that all out of the way, I'm going to introduce our very special guest from the Resident Evil 4 shows. It's John. Hi, John.
Hey, I will be the co-host for this one.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm the one stepping up to the host chair, which is terrifying.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
So far, we're a minute in, only about 90 more of these, and then we can see how we can look back on it and see where we ended up. It's not about the destination, Jack. It's about the journey.
It's the journey. Yeah, Wolf Among Us. This is an exciting one.
Yeah, it really is. So, Wolf Among Us, if you are playing along for the show, is an adventure game by Telltale that released about 10 years ago now, back in 2015. This game came out when I was in college. I remember seeing a couple of reviews for it at the time and was like, this seems really cool. So I played through the game on my Xbox 360. Then I played through Chapter 1 and immediately bought the Season Pass. Because I'm like, I need to see where the end of this goes. Yeah. So I was playing live with this game as the episodes were released. Day and date, I made a point to be like, I'm going to sit down and play the entire thing in one sitting each time it would come out. So I'll discuss kind of like the episode release system and everything, because it got kind of weird for a little bit. But I saw that the game was available on other platforms on sale, but I said, nah, I'm going to dig out my Xbox 360 and play this because I'm a cheap person. So
Fair. I mean, fair.
That's where I'm at. What are you playing this game on?
I'm playing it on PC. It was on sale on Steam.
That's really handy. Maybe I should have gotten that instead of digging the Xbox 360 version, but we'll get into that.
You had the authentic experience of the day.
You could say that. But before we get into that, we're going to kind of get the ball rolling talking about games we've been playing for the past couple weeks. John, what have you been up to? What have you been playing? How's it going?
Well, a few things. I've been hopping around with games. There's been a lot of fun games that I've just been wanting to play and go back to.
It's a crazy year for games. There's so much coming out.
Yes, it's a very exciting year. Even so far, we're just almost halfway through the year, and we've already had some bangers. Resident Evil 4, of course, being one of those bangers, which we discussed
absolutely.
on the show a while back. I'm on my third playthrough, I think, of that game at this point. Maybe 4? I don't know.
Losing count of playthroughs in a game is a good feeling, because that means like, this is something special here.
It has been a long, long time since I've wanted to just replay a game as soon as I finished it, and that was one of them. And I'm trying to save up to get the, for you Resident Evil 4 players, you'll know that there's an infinite rocket launcher. And I'm trying to save up for that. And that's what the point of this next playthrough is just to have a fun, casual playthrough and save up as much money as I can to get that rocket launcher.
Are you preparing for the S Plus Professional?
Yes. I attempted an S run, and I didn't know. I should have looked it up beforehand how much time I needed, because I was just shy of it by I think it was 10 minutes.
Oh no.
Because I thought it was 5 hours, and once I passed the 5 hour point, I was like, okay, I'm going to play more casually. It was 5.5 hours.
Yeah.
And I ended up clocking in at 5 hours and 40 something minutes.
Oh.
And I was like, I could have gotten it if I'd known that.
Are you saving on multiple typewriter save slots or just the one?
Just the one for that run, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
And that was the mistake.
Let's go back, but
yeah,
I did a hardcore run S plus or S rank, not S plus rank. I'm not there yet. I'm not prepared for that yet. But I did an S rank run.
Understandable. It's a lot.
So it is a lot. I did an S rank run on hardcore, and this was back before they patched it. So there's a bit near the end of that game on the island where there's a big regenerator section. But
you could skip that by going through a door, right?
You can go through a gate. So you know that gate that leads up to the elevator?
Yes.
There was a way, they patched it out now, unfortunately. You did that skip. Okay.
That was what I did.
Yeah, because I'm like, no, because I was in the same boat as you, except I was maximizing my time, and I finished like 5 minutes before that cutoff. It was really tight, and that...
Man.
But if you don't know, you can't do it now, so there's no use.
Yeah.
There's no worry in doing this. But you crouch down, you turn your controller sensitivity up all the way, you back up to the door, and then you do like a 360 like magic trick almost
with
where
a sniper, I think, right?
What does that? No, that's on the PC version. I think it can work with anything on the PlayStation.
I had to use a
version,
sniper
which
for
I want to play. So, because you're on the PC version.
Yeah.
The PlayStation version could only use that door. There were multiple skips in the PC version, but on the PC version, on the PS5 version, it's like a magic trick. You spin the cameras around, and then Leon's on the other side of the door. And you just open it, and then that entire section with the wrecking ball trying to get the door open, you can just
skip on through.
You can just get that too. There's so many little details in that game. Like, even if you do get into that section, if you have grenades, you can just blow up the door by throwing multiple grenades there to make it go faster.
I'd heard about that.
Which is going to be my skip option for that now. I'm just going to save up grenades since you took one away from me, Capcom. I'm going to use this one. But I put that game down for a little bit because I'm like, there's going to be the Separate Ways campaign. I'm good. I got other games that are out. A game that's coming out this week that I've talked about on the show countless times with Street Fighter 6. That's pre-ordered, and I'm very excited for that. But you had another game you wanted to talk about, right?
Well, one I was hoping that you could help me talk about. We both, I believe, got the new Zelda game, Tears of the Kingdom.
Yes, Tears of the Kingdom.
And I've not played as much of it as I've wanted to. I wasn't feeling it this week, as weird as that sounds. I know, but like,
you all have those weeks. I get it.
I just want to be in the mood when I play that game. I want to play it just to play it. I want to feel like playing it. And what I've experienced so far with that game has been so fun. It's just been everything the game has wanted me to do. I've tried to do, but I don't know if I'm even on the right path. I don't know if there is a right path. If there is a right path, please tell me.
They kind of nudge you in a direction.
Yes.
To start. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, so I've basically devoured this game over the past couple of weeks.
Yes.
I'm approaching I'm past the 25-hour mark, so we're approaching the 30-hour mark, and I've done one dungeon.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I've not done any dungeons.
So that's my experience with this game so far. Basically, what I've done was I did the opening tutorial. There's going to be some probably mild spoilers in this section. You can skip ahead. I'm going to try to be careful, but like if you really care about your Zelda spoilers, you are already deep in it or way past where I am. On my friends list, I'm at the bottom. I have friends that are in the past 100-hour mark in this. Oh. I was like, it's half free time. That must be nice. I was like, for 25 hours in 2 weeks. Oh man,
that's wild to me.
This whippersnapper's playing so much. I'm getting old. Where I'm thinking 25 hours in a couple weeks is a lot, but really that's only about like 2 hours a day or something. That's a movie.
I guess so.
The way that shakes out, but so I did the opening path. At first, I was like, man, I don't know. This feels a little bit too similar to Breath of the Wild. This opening starting area is neat, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, I had the similar.
I got down to the land. I was like, there's so much tutorializing. What's going to happen? And then the game opens up. It says, okay, here's the 4 things. I'm like, of course they're in like similar spots and everything.
Yeah.
So instead of doing with a little bit of frustration at like the 2 or 3 hour mark in this game, the game was like, go northwest to the first kingdom, which is the Rudo village. I'm like,
yes.
Okay. So I went north for a little bit. Then I was like, nah, let's go southeast.
Okay.
It was just in the complete opposite direction.
Yeah, that's the opposite.
So I started out going mainly first to I found myself going to the Great Plateau again.
Okay, yeah.
And going to the Shrine of Resurrection, the starting area for Breath of the Wild. So I went in there to see what was going on there. And I was like, what I think will get me invested in this game is to see the world changed
Yeah.
from where it was in Breath of the Wild.
Was it different?
So I went to the Great Plateau. There's a lot of stuff that's different there, but mainly what I found there, because I had broken off from the beaten path, I did no story missions at this point.
Uh-huh.
I found one of the chasms. Have you done any of the chasms yet?
Are they
The holes that go into the ground.
Yes.
Have you done those?
I've done one chasm.
The first one was in the Great Plateau.
Oh, okay. I
jumped into that thing, and my mind was blown.
Yeah.
And that's where where this game clicked. And I was like, I get it now.
Yeah.
This is Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
And since that moment, since that adrenaline rush, because if you haven't seen it yet, the chasms lead to a place called the Depths.
Yes.
It is an exact replica, landscape-wise, of the map above you. Mm-hmm. Except it's kind of like a dark world from the Legend of Zelda. It's like the alternate time period from Ocarina of Time or from Legend of Zelda. Link to the Past is like the light world, dark world, where it's the world that changed, but it's underground. And just that moment of seeing basically from where I was versus where the game wanted to start you, it was like a giant castle underground. One of the mine shafts with statues that are just as tall as that thing. And just realizing this is where it is. This is Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Remembering the sky layer, the Remake's ground layer, and then the underground layer, I'm like, this is 3 maps on top of one.
Yeah, I had that same
insane.
epiphany. This is 3 Breath of the Wilds.
Yes,
it's insane. It's crazy.
With a Master Quest version of Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
on top of it, with better tools, better building equipment. The tools that you get are so much better. Ultra Hand is a godsend.
I love
Ascend is amazing.
Yes.
Recall is so much fun to just recall things back at enemies when they throw it at you.
I love it. Reversing time. That's a very Zelda-esque thing already.
Yeah, but yeah, the story still hasn't clicked for me yet. But again, I basically explored most of the southeast region, and I did the first dungeon. I went to the Zora's, the water temple.
The Zora's was what I did first in the first Breath of the Wild.
Because that's where they sent you originally. I've basically followed the path the game told me to in Breath of the Wild. But I'm like, I don't want to do that again. I'm going to see the story from my perspective.
Yeah.
And then after doing that, I finally went back to the main camp and did the tutorial missions. I was like, here's how you use your memory ability. I'm like, I got that 20 hours ago. But sure, let's learn how to use it. And then you learn an ability with it. Go, I didn't know I could do that. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, game.
So you are rewarded.
Oh, that's how hot air balloons work. I've just been building campfires in them and hoping it would fly, but that didn't work out.
It's nice to be rewarded for going back to tutorials that you didn't think you needed. You learn something new, and that's good. Yeah,
it's an incredible game that I'm going to be digging. This is going to be the game of the rest of my year, where I'm going to be touching, going. This is my Elden Ring this year.
This will be a game I go back to periodically.
Yes, this Elden Ring was that. I never beat Elden Ring, just because every time I would eventually go back to that thing, it was always there was a lot more to that, a lot more systems, a lot more of a demanding game.
Yes.
Zelda is just so much fun to pick up and play. It's the perfect podcast game where if you don't want to think about anything, just pop in a podcast and listen as you just explore the world.
Yes.
The shrines are better here than in Breath of the Wild.
The ones I've done so far have been better, yes.
They fix the issue of some of the shrines being exact copies of each other. Here's a minor test of strength or a major test of strength where it's the same enemy but a little bit more spongy.
Yeah.
This has strength challenges too, but it's
I've done one strength challenge.
It's we're showing you a different way to use your weapon. Yes. It's not the same every time. Or here's a room with enemy. It does the Eventide Island thing from Breath of the Wild where it strips you naked and then says, here's 3 weapons and a room that's set up like a stealth arena. Figure it out.
Do you combine these weapons?
You can combine this. Oh, I didn't talk about Fuse. Fuse is... I thought that would be the game changer. The real game changer is Ultra Hand, but Fuse is always about every piece of item I get. I'm always look through my inventory, going, what pairs with this? Like the Zora swords, I'll get double damage whenever they're wet. So I'm like, that's handy. Opals have an ability to wherever I cast an item with it, it casts water. So I just permanently attach those things, and now I just have a sword that does double damage. because no matter what it is, it's always wet.
That's cool.
So just stuff like that. There's so much.
And the way the arrows work now.
You can attach any item to it, and they all have like different effects.
Yes.
There's so much experimentation. Once I got past the 2 or 3 hour mark, going, I don't want to say I'm disappointed, but like, when am I going to feel?
I was underwhelmed.
I was like, when am I going to feel that magic again? That Breath of the Wild has. Like at first, I was like, maybe that's
for me. It was the underground as well.
That's a little unfair. Going to the underground blew my mind.
That was the first thing because I stopped watching the trailers after a while. I saw the first 2 trailers. And I didn't want to. I wanted to kind of be surprised. I don't know if they revealed anything about the depths, but when I saw the depths, I was like, "What?"
If I avoided some trailers too, I watched the final launch trailer because that was more story specific, and plus that had that saxophone just wailing, and it was really great. But so I watched that trailer.
Fair enough.
The Nintendo Direct trailers I kind of watched like passingly, like I wasn't trying to analyze things as they went, but. If they spoil or they showed off the depths beforehand, I'm glad I missed that because that moment was amazing. Finding a mini boss down there that has its own like branching quest line, and I don't want to spoil who it is because the reveal of it is really hilarious, especially if you played the first game.
Oh,
there's a lot of
oh, okay.
So
this truly is a sequel in the sense that there'll be lots of missions that are tiebacks to.
Yes, and a lot of like recurring characters. I haven't seen all the recurring characters. I wonder what Cass is. The writing for these characters are much more interesting.
Yeah, I've not seen Cass.
Breath of the Wild's characters were the biggest disappointment from that game for me because I didn't find a lot of them interesting besides Zelda.
Yeah.
I think
that's fair.
Zelda, I think, in Breath of the Wild is the best she's ever been.
Oh, I love Zelda.
Her story is phenomenal, and the weight she has to carry, essentially being like, hey, this is not going well. It's going to fail, and you just kind of have to deal with that.
Yeah.
And her dealing with like the legacy of being like this reincarnated princess doing it over and over again, and she's like, I'm supposed to have the answers, but I don't.
Yeah. Is
such compelling storytelling with Zelda that I think people like the Skyward Sword Zelda. She's good. Breath of the Wild Zelda is great. I have not seen enough of Tears of the Kingdom Zelda to. It's the same Zelda to like really make my opinion on that, but it is of course the kind of disappointing thing of she's missing.
Yeah.
Again, she seems to be doing more stuff.
Yeah,
in
something's
the background.
going on.
Something's weird. I haven't figured out yet.
Yeah,
but
I don't even have a lead on what's going on. Like I can't even guess based on what I've seen.
I have a theory based on what I did with the water temple, but yeah, I have a theory of where this is going. But I have a feeling since the dungeons can be done in any order, I have a feeling they're going to be teasing a similar thing. Maybe there'll be an additional line that says, "Aha! Our suspicions were correct," or something. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it turns out Tears of the Kingdom, still I believe the highest rated game of all time on OpenCritic.
Really?
Yeah. Sitting out like a 96, I think. But it doesn't. OpenCritic's a lot newer than like Metacritic, so it's not like. So it's the highest rated game of let's say like the past 10 years or so. Which is
that's still
on one platform. It's pretty good. Some
of the best games we've ever had have been out in the last 10 years.
Right. Some of the best games of all time have been out this year. Between
this
and Resident
honestly,
Evil 4.
this and Resident Evil 4 are contenders.
I'm counting down the days to Street Fighter 6. So excited to play that day one. I played that beta. That's what I could touch on for like a split second. I played the Street Fighter 6 beta. All the reviews are out for Street Fighter 6, and my opinion's a little outdated on that now. But yeah, that game seems great. Very, very, very excited for that one.
Sorry.
That song's not in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they remixed Guile's theme.
Oh.
It's not good.
That's like the thing I think of musically when I think of Street Fighters.
Yeah.
Wild.
But that's okay. Ryu's theme got a glow up. That one's like funky, like 70s mixed with like modern day hip hop. It rules. The music's overall great. Guile's theme is not good.
Oh.
I love Guile. Yeah, he's less of like the military guy here. He was like a fighter jet mechanic. He has like overalls and like what was still like the combat boots and everything. His special is he will launch you up in the air, jump up in the air, step on your chest, and then kick you in the chin upside down in midair.
I just call that a Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's awesome though.
It's really great. But also something I think is pretty great. The Wolf Among Us.
Yes.
Let's get into this. So as we touched on at the beginning of the show, I played this game 10 years ago when it came out, and I'm playing the 360 version.
I've never played it, and I'm playing the PC version.
That's right. This was your suggestion.
It was. Funny enough, you talked about playing it for the first time in college. I remember you mentioning this game to me in college and being like, this is a good game, you should try this out. And I was like, I'll get to it eventually. And I didn't think it would be that long, but I am now getting to it, and well, let's just get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it. Better late than never. I want to start with the title screen here. Basically, the atmosphere of this game is really cool. It's comic booky. It's very film noir.
Yep.
It's film noir, comic book, HBO miniseries. It's kind of the vibe I would squeeze together here, complete with like how each episode begins with the opening credit sequence.
Yes.
That we'll touch on in a bit here. But it starts with, each episode starts with a cold open. So in episode 1, Faith, we start out, it opens up with a screen kind of explaining what's going on. So fairy tale creatures have came to New York City hundreds of years ago, because they were exiled from the fairy tale lands.
Yeah.
So they use magic known as glamour that keeps them looking human.
Yep, enchants them to make them look like humans when really there could be some trolls and some animals out in society.
And that's, that'd be a problem. That is mostly it for the direct telling you, the audience, directly the world building.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. I was like, wait, hold on. Okay, that seems like a lot to throw at somebody.
It is a lot, but that's really it.
Yeah.
That's thrown directly at you. Everything else is explained as someone would explain it to someone living there.
Yeah.
There's no outside audience stand-in character that we're playing as that's having the world told to them.
Yeah.
Everybody here in Fabletown has been living here for hundreds of years. Mm-hmm. They know what glamour is. They need glamour, otherwise it gets into the farm. They know that they have their own slang for humans, like Mondays, like you need in this world. They have their own slangs for things. They have their own mini neighborhood society. They have their own politics, their own structural issues,
and they try to be as discreet to the real humans as they can.
Be, but we'll see how that shakes out, especially in chapter 2 here, and kind of how they script that situation. But
yes.
So my first note here is atmosphere, the taxi, the neon lights. There's 3 scratches on the cab window. There's so much told with so little here. So we get out, and I went to say this up front. I want to discuss this game kind of scene by scene, because this game is all about, Telltale games in particular have like sort of branches in storytelling and where this is going to go.
That's what they're known for.
We played Life is Strange, and that did, I think, the best job I've ever seen of kind of disguising the branches.
It's a wonderful
and
game.
Making it see. It's a fantastic game. It's one would say the 3rd best game of all time on State of the Save.
Oh wow!
On our current ranking list, it's number 3. It was the reigning champ until the end of season 3, where it got beat by Resident Evil 4 and Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty.
Fair. I mean, fair. Based on I've actually not played that Metal Gear Solid game, but Resident Evil 4, fair. If you get beaten by that, I wouldn't take it too hard.
But so that game did a good job of hiding the fact that you're making choices. Telltale games for me have been mostly hit or miss with how they hide their choices. I like to give an example from...
That's sort of how the internet's opinion is of them too, from what I've seen.
Yeah, it started out better, but I think once the curtain was pulled back a little bit, it became more increasingly obvious where their tricks weren't cutting anymore.
It started to seem more like a formula to an extent.
For sure, and that's what ultimately got them closed down. But now they're back. I don't know exactly how that shakes out.
They're back.
Telltale is making The Wolf Among Us 2.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm.
But it's not the same. It's a different team that's taken the name. I don't know. I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't know how that entire situation shakes out. That's something I'm sure I'll find out more about once if those games eventually come out.
Yeah.
But one example I like to use for Telltale storytelling is bothering me the most is in the 2nd season of The Walking Dead. There's a bit where you have a chance to diffuse a situation at a campsite where everyone has their guns drawn. I diffused that situation.
Right.
Then someone shot their gun anyway, and the whole thing went mad.
Yeah.
So I was like, there was no...
It felt like your decision didn't really matter.
It's like, okay, you did a good thing, and maybe a character feels different about you some way, but the story that we told has to play out this way.
Yeah.
And I don't feel that there hasn't been a decision for me here yet that makes me feel like it's trying to rope me back in. It all feels organic so far.
So far, I would agree with you, based on my experiences and decisions.
So, anyway, getting back to episode 1, Faith, we roll up on Mr. Toad's doorstep of his apartment building that he runs.
Where Big B Wolf.
Big Bad Wolf. That's what sold me on this game. He was like, you play as the Big Bad Wolf who's a detective?
It's so cool.
Such a good... Because he fits the mold of the noir hero, of the hero with the checkered past who's trying to make it right.
Yes, he does. He was... Oh.
I love Big B. But, Toad is out of his glamour form, but he called Big B over because there's a disturbance upstairs that you're hearing about. And let's get into Toad. Toad annoys me.
Toad annoys you? Oh, man.
He is the most frustrating... I'm trying to help you. Yeah. Let me help. Stop lying to me. I'm trying to...
Yeah, okay, that is frustrating. I think Toad's funny.
He is funny.
But that is that is annoying. He can be annoying because he just tries to gloss over things that are not to be glossed over, and he's a bit all over the place, but I think he's funny, and I have a problem with my personal taste of characters. If I think a character's funny, sometimes I will look past any blatant flaw that they have, and that's not good. You should not do that. Because like in real life, that would be a terrible thing to do. But I tend to do that for fictional characters, and so I have a very positive thought of Mr. Toad because I think he's very funny. But when you said that, I was like, oh yeah.
Let me help you.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
You're right.
This would go a lot easier. I would not have to do this puzzle if you would just tell me what happened, because you're going to tell me anyway. Mm-hmm. I'm going to check every item in this room until you tell me what's going on, Toad. Mm-hmm. You're going to tell... Please stop lying. Yeah. But, so there's a disturbance upstairs. We find out it's the woodsman who got drunk and started busting things up.
And from our perspective, it looks like he was beating on someone that he had called for a service, essentially.
That's the sort of the... what's been said later, as we get later on, we find out this what it's for,
right?
Because we find out that more in chapter 2, but there's an illusion. What we think is he's going to be telling the story at the bar, but ends up telling the story of Little Red Riding Hood, where he was like stalking to get money.
Yeah, and then that was wild.
Yeah, right. Then there's a story what Faith says about the encounter didn't seem like she was making a point that she was hired by him. She was saying that he recognized her or something.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So I think that's deliberate. I think we still don't quite have a full grasp on the situation here. But so Big B tells Toad that you need to look human. You need to find yourself a glamour, because if someone were to see a walking toad man in a cardigan, that might raise some suspicion.
That might raise some suspicion, and a lot of people might think it's just funny.
But I would have. At the same time, they do go into like more of the societal issues and everything, and where glamour has gotten much more expensive.
It's got more expensive. It's something that Toad has chosen to avoid because of how financially unviable it is now.
Financially unviable, and the fact that he has to provide for his kid. It's a lot. And the fact that they do make this annoying character somewhat more sympathetic, not in a scene with him, but you connect the dots as you play from just the world itself and everything. So Bigby goes up the stairs. He breaks the door in and do the combat tutorial. Yep. This is where I started having issues in this chapter. I'm playing the 360 version of this game. Telltale games were notoriously buggy, where I'm thinking, surely they patched this. Spoiler alert, they did not.
Ooh.
The action scenes in chapter 1, I want to specify it before we get any further.
Right.
In chapter 1 were extremely buggy, hitchy, to the point where I was probably getting like 10 frames a second on some of these action sequences and some of those quick time events. It doesn't exactly make certain of you have to move a stick in the direction. I'm like, which stick? Is it left stick or right stick? Have a letter on the screen, please. So I'm trying to do both at once. And sometimes like the right stick would work and register, but then sometimes it wouldn't. So I'm like, am I using the wrong stick? Is it because the game didn't register because it's running terribly? Like chugging so bad during this fight scene? So very not a great first impression of this action scene. So you get in a fight with the woodsman, and you guys end up throwing each other out of the window.
Yep. Landing on a car outside.
Really, really cool action bit here. So he tries to attack again and gets an axe to the skull by Faith.
Yep.
And so this is a little bit of world building too. It explains that the fables themselves are very durable and can just you can just casually remove an axe from the back of this dude's skull and he's fine.
That was when I learned how durable they were, because I was like, oh, surely he's dead.
There's the comic books that are like comic booky, comic book durability. These guys are tough and can take axes.
They're superheroes, essentially.
To the back of the head.
Yeah.
So this is where things kind of leave off here in this scene, where Faith is thanks Big B. She has them all. You're not as bad as you think you are. And this is where we get our first bit here. Our first decision. Do you give Faith the money?
I gave Faith the money.
I gave it too. Because 85% said yes. I have a feeling a lot
based on the context, I just felt like it was appropriate to help her.
It was appropriate to help her. She was going back to somebody. You didn't have all of the money.
Yeah.
It also leads to a good moment later during like some investigation bit where I found where that $54 came back up in an interesting way.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple times where I noticed that it's like, you want to buy something, it's like, oh, no, I don't even want.
That's right.
Well, darn.
So, my note here says, give Faith some money, you monster. Then she has the bit, you're not as bad as you say you are.
My note said, I beat the hell out of the woodsman and gave her $58.
That's a good night. So yeah, that's our first like cold open here. It's a lot. It doesn't really match tonally with the rest of the game.
Yeah.
It's very action focused. The characters swear so much, every single line of dialogue, and it's not really much like that for the rest of the game.
Not to that extent.
Not to that extent. I mean, it's a dark and gritty adult game.
Yes.
But it's almost a little too much in the first bit, where I was like, is this going to be the dialogue every time? Every single line of dialogue in this game. I don't mind swearing unless it comes to the point it was like, okay, can you... Every single sentence, do we need this?
Yeah, use it to add punch to a sentence. Don't use it every other word.
Because the example I think of all the time is Breaking Bad. When it comes to how to use swearing effectively.
Yeah, that's a good example.
Breaking Bad used it so sparingly to the point where you forget about it.
Yeah.
And then when it comes up again, it's in a very dramatic scene that completely... It sticks with you. I can remember every single one of those moments where they happen. Here, like, at the beginning, they do a lot better with it later on, but this first bit here, I get it, it's a high-tense scene, it's trying to convey that the situation's chaotic, but...
It might have just... They also might have been trying to convey the shock factor of these fairy tale characters swearing and beating the hell out of each other.
They do that shock later on, too, with
yes.
some other characters, but we'll get to there. So, after some fantastic opening credits, we go to the Woodland Luxury Apartments.
Yep.
I like that. Did you see Big B commented on... the fact is, like, they really shouldn't sell this as a luxury because it's really just an apartment.
Yep, I remember him talking about that.
So it is definitely a far cry from the previous building. So it showcases like the sort of class struggle that's in this little fairy tale neighborhood, because we saw the rundown building with that Toad's running, and then Big B goes back to this nice apartment where all the more popular fairy tales are hanging at.
Yep.
We see Beauty spying on us from a tree.
Yep.
Beauty run. You catch Beauty, into which
we have the option to say that we're not going to tell Beast about her. The option to like stay out of it. I chose the option to stay out of it.
You chose to stay out of it. I promised Beauty.
Oh, I was just like, I'm staying out of it. I don't know what's going on.
It's like I don't want to be involved in your troubles. Like, why are you dragging me into this?
Yeah.
I mean, because at least in the moment, Beauty sounded kind of desperate there. So I'm like, look, I'm gonna take her word at face value. Every chance I got, I made a point. It's like, hey, you should really tell Beast what's going on.
I did do that,
but I'm gonna cover for like a sense of like I'm gonna cover for you, but I want you to know that I'm not gonna keep doing. You need to eventually come clean about this.
Yeah, whatever this is, which we will find out later.
The watchman's asleep at the door. Good sign.
Yeah.
that won't come into play later. No big deal.
I had that thought. I was like, this is probably not a good omen for what's to come.
Considering heads just get left on that doorstep.
Yeah. I sure hope that we don't find a disembodied head. Oh, we find a disembodied head.
You think after the first one, the Night Watchman would be a little more vigilant, but apparently not. Like, we can't get a single thing out of the guy. So the Bigby's name sticker keeps falling off the door.
Yep. I did see that.
Did you put it back on?
Yes.
I put it back on.
When you get up to the apartment, you find one of the 3 little pigs hanging out.
It's Colin. The stick boy.
Yeah.
It's a little bit hypocritical of Bigby to point fingers and call Toad out for like, you're not in glamour.
Yeah.
While Colin's walking around.
Exactly.
But there's a couple things with that. One, Bigby owes Colin for destroying his home.
Yeah, and also Colin being a pig can probably hide it a bit better than Toad can.
A little bit, like
just a little bit.
It's like not exactly like cut and dry. Like there's reasons behind every single.
You do get the implication that Bigby does feel some guilt towards it.
Yeah.
And...
Oh, for sure. Bigby's character, at least how I'm trying to play, because you can kind of play Bigby in multiple ways.
You could make him just an asshole completely, and I've chosen to not do that. I think as my playthroughs have gone on, I've made him a little less of an asshole. I've played him that way.
I'm especially in the scenes with Snow White.
Yes, yes, I play those very gently, for lack of better words.
Bigby, I interpret as a character who's trying to make amends for the things he's done in the past.
Yeah.
By being a detective and trying to keep the people of Fabletown safe. It's ironic because he's the protector of them.
Yeah.
When he used to be.
And a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people are still vindictive of all of the things he's done. And
they call him a hypocrite for it.
Exactly.
They're straight up like, why are
you our protector?
You think you're better than me?
Yeah, and that too.
So Bigby just has a file for Bluebeard on his desk after seeing some Bluebeard and knowing how his fairy tale story plays out.
Yeah.
Probably just good to have that guy on file.
Just in case.
Just in case. This dude is not... Yeah. Colin smokes.
Colin smokes.
Smoking pig.
You have the option to give him some soup or some food. I can't remember what it is. Is it soup?
Oh, it's alcohol. It's
it's alcohol.
He has whiskey.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You want to give me that?" And you could just stand there and just drink it in front of him.
Oh no! Oh.
I didn't this time.
I gave
think
him
I did
the
that
whiskey.
last time. I gave him a sip. Or did I? No, I gave him the cigarette instead of the sip. I think.
I can't remember. I did one of those too. I did a nice thing for Colin because I felt kind of bad for him.
I let him have the smoke at least. I don't know if I gave him the drink or not. Don't know if I've written that down, but there's a really good line here. Well, I did give Colin the drink. That's in my notes here. He has a line, "You can't change the past," says Bigby, and then I think Colin says, "You can't change people's memories either." Yeah. Showing this like you can. He's like, I can't change what I've done, but I'm trying to make amends. But Colin's like, these people aren't gonna like trust you. You burned that bridge hundreds of years ago.
You're gonna have to do a lot to get on their good side, and even then, that you may never get on their good side. They just may never trust you again, ever.
Mm-hmm. So we open the door, and Snow White's here. Yeah. And the reveal, when I was playing this the first time, I had no knowledge of like the comic book. So seeing Snow White as the big bad wolf's kind of partner. Mm-hmm. Detective is a really cool pairing.
It is a cool pairing.
Snow might be my favorite character.
I like Snow a lot.
She's
really cool.
She's great. And some of her ties to the story so far are not like fully fleshed out yet, but what's there is like really interesting, and her tie to the overall mystery is super fascinating too.
Yes, exactly. The one of the earlier twists we'll talk about probably in the next minute or two.
So, the woman we met last night, Faith, has been beheaded and placed on the apartment doorsteps. Uh-huh. And Snow found her, and she covered her with a jacket. And what...
My note for that was, oh my god!
Right? This is the tone setter for this game. This is like... This is the inciting incident where everything starts to click. Mm-hmm. Before then, I'm like replaying this game. I was like, I don't know, is this the guys I remember? I don't know. This seems all right. This moment here is like, okay, yeah, I remember this game. I remember really loving this game. So they make a point here that this is the first murder that's happened in Fabletown
in a long time.
Because they're hard to kill. Yeah. So, investigating, I found some blood that was an hour old, torn fabric, a bloody spot where it looked like someone jumped the fence. Did you investigate here, or were you gung-ho
I did.
about going?
No,
Okay.
I investigated. I also found the blood on the spike of the fence.
Yeah, that's right. So it looked like, was that someone coming or going? I assumed going.
It looked like going to me. That was what I assumed.
Gotcha. So I speculate the killer wanted to send a message based on the placement of the head and who ended up finding it, which was Snow
My thought
White.
was that they might have heard somebody coming, so they tried to get out of the crime scene quickly, and as a result, they may have cut themselves going over the rail.
That's what I was thinking. But
was my thought.
The overall motivation was that they wanted to send a message.
Yeah.
Here, especially who ended up finding it, as we'll later know at the end. Like someone's really got out for Snow White.
Yeah.
So Snow appreciates my support because I'm always nice to Snow White here and everything.
Me too.
But yeah, every time I get the chance to investigate, I search as much as I can. The game kind of stops you in some points and railroads you into the next thing. So it's kind of like, I was like, I can come back and check the upstairs later. But it's like, no, you can't.
Yeah.
There's always seems to be a ticking clock.
Yeah.
That's pushing the story forward, which
I've learned that you have
really
to
like.
Explore an area to the fullest while you can.
There's also a bit here with when I was playing this game the first time, when I saw the ribbon, I thought I was getting so smart. I knew I know who this fairy tale is. And I was thinking there's a story about a girl who has a ribbon that's tied around her neck, and a boy falls in love with her. And he keeps asking her, "Can you take the ribbon off your neck? Your neck you always wear all the time." She's like, "No, not right now." And they live their whole life together. They get married, and at several points in time, he asks her, "Can you take that ribbon off?" And then she's on her deathbed, and he asks, "Can I take that ribbon off of you now?" And she says, "Yes." She takes the ribbon off, and her head falls off.
Oh my god.
That's a story I know. I can't remember who told me that. So
I never heard that one.
So whenever I saw the head when I played this game 10 years ago, I'm like, I know who this is. It's that lady. I thought it was so smart. And then it gets completely discounted in the next scene. But I think I was so stubborn. I'm like, this is a red herring. It's going to be we're going to find out that she was never alive and that her head was like sewn onto a body. And then, but no, that doesn't come to pass.
No.
That's a dumb connection in my head.
No, it's not.
I was like, I got it. I know what you're doing, game. I know this story.
I thought that I was way off the mark. I thought that Faith was supposed to be Little Red Riding Hood.
Oh, okay.
Because just because of
you thought this whole the whole triangle there.
Yeah, I thought it was a triangle because I was yet to be exposed.
Because the woodsman's there. And
yeah,
But
then once I was starting to get exposed to all these other characters, I was like, oh, okay, no, this is way bigger than I thought it would be in terms of character range.
So we get to the woodsman's business office. There's a line outside of Crane's door.
Yeah.
They get really mad when you walk in.
They are not happy about it, including one person in particular.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and that's right. I forgot he was there.
Yep. That's the first time you meet who is actually Grendel.
Yes. And
as a human.
That's why that makes so much sense why he hates you.
He hated, it seems like he hated you before, but
that's one of several reasons why he hates you, especially since they're there to try to find information on Holly.
And also, he's a villain of a story, and so is Bigby.
Beowulf, yeah.
And why is it that Bigby's...
Why does Bigby get a job, well-paying job, presumably? I mean, he has an apartment building, but he's better off than a lot of the fables there. Yes. He can obviously afford glamour. Mm-hmm. He has a place for himself. He can, hold fugitives to avoid them going to the Farness. Another thing we didn't touch on, the fact that, you get sent to a place that they're just they sell it as it's a place you can be a real fable if you want to, but apparently it sucks.
It's they
describe it as sort of a prison almost that no one wants to go to.
It does not sound like a place you want to go to at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was a point where it came up where they were trying to tell Ichabod about how we need to improve this. Maybe I'm misremembering, but somebody talks about it. And they're like, we need to make these conditions better.
There's a bit in this chapter where Snow and Bigby are talking in the cab on the way to the Trip Trap where they're discussing
that might be
that whole thing.
Yeah.
So they come up to you and Ichabod Crane comes up to you and asks you, here, you're going to get a couple of chances to ask who you think the suspect is. Who did you point the blame to in this moment?
I just picked the obvious one so in my mind, I'm like, this is probably not it because they're probably trying to throw a red herring. I picked the woodsman.
You picked the woodsman. Okay.
I did.
I picked Face Pimp.
Oh, okay.
Because like, she was going to give the money. I gave her money. She didn't end up with the full amount, and she ends up dead on my doorstep.
That's a good pick, too.
So that was my line of thinking here. I know, because I played this game 10 years ago, I know basically where this ends up. I forgot how we got there.
Okay.
But that's not why I picked the pimp. It made sense. Story reasons.
It does.
Again, I don't know how it all connects to the end. So
right. I could see that making sense. I just went with the woodsman because I was like, I don't know enough yet. I'm just going to say the obvious, like, target to me, which was the woodsman.
Yeah. Buffkin's here.
Yeah,
I like Buffkin. He's trying his best.
Buffkin's a good guy. He just got a bit of an alcohol problem.
Yeah, who doesn't in this world? I mean, everything kind of sucks in Fabletown, so you got to turn to something.
Even flying monkeys are addicted to alcohol.
So we're looking on finding out who the woman was who died. There's a magic mirror here.
Yep.
There's a bit here where
mirror, blah, blah, blah.
Fable.
He's
like, well, you tried at least. He only likes it when you speak in rhyme.
Yeah,
he hates it. Love it. So the mirror, they introduce here that the mirror can show you what other fables are doing. Mm-hmm. So that's something that will definitely come back.
It's a really cool thing to show you early on that like you can just sort of spy on whatever anyone's doing at any moment.
Mm-hmm. So we get the book, and there's a crest on a man's symbol in the book is the same as a ring you get. That's right. Yeah. There's the ring that is stuffed in the mouth of the crime scene, which connects us. It's a very noir mystery.
Yeah.
In that you find one piece of the puzzle that connects to another piece that connects to another piece that ends up being this major conspiracy. But yeah, so the girl was named Donkey Skin, but she prefers Faith. And her story is she was the daughter. Her daughter tried to marry her, so she used. Oh, her father tried to marry her, so she used a cloak made of donkey skin to escape her father and marry a prince, Prince Lawrence.
Yeah,
we marked her in the book as deceased, and it really like kind of sad scene.
Yeah,
because like this is a book like a record of basically who's still alive.
She had kind of a sad life based on until she found Prince Lawrence.
But even then, like she was living in conditions which made her turn to prostitution.
Exactly.
So she wasn't living in the best. But she is also a human character, so she didn't have to worry about the glamour aspect of it. So that's why there's like another layer of this kind of classism in Fabletown, in that
if you're already a human, you don't have to even worry about
that's one expense you don't have to carry, versus like someone like the trolls, which I imagine, I don't know if they go into it, but I imagine the trolls need probably more glamour than someone like a pig, because there's a lot more to hide. It turns out if you're a troll, which ultimately that's more expensive, and what ultimately leads people to like the counterfeit glamours, which is a whole cool thing to introduce.
Yeah.
So is genius world building in that it sets you up with a ground level, and then when it feeds stuff in, like when they like just casually toss out the witching well, but based on context clues, you can be like, that seems to be where they bury their dead. Yeah. Type deal. So the game trusts you, and the story trusts you enough to where all of the like world building stuff it introduces you can easily figure it out. Yes. So you go to the mirror, and it shows you Prince Lawrence. And there's a bloody dagger lying by his feet. Yeah. And you're like, oh shit, I gotta get there. Faith's father is long dead. So that's where you're going until you get a phone call from Toad. There's a man going through the woodsman's things. You don't know who it is. And then we get our major breaking decision. Yeah. Where do you go? Toad's apartment or Prince Lawrence's apartment? Where'd you go first? That was tough. So in my mind, I justified it as Toad could be in danger right now. Yes. So I chose Toad. I did too. And it's a swerve. Yeah, it was like I got exactly what I was afraid I'd get if I picked the other option. Yes. Being too late to something tragic that's already happened. I fell for this last time too, and I fell for it here. And right when I did it, I was like, no, this is They got me again.
I think most people did too, right?
Yeah, this was a split of 70% Toad's apartment, 30% Prince Lawrence's apartment.
Yeah.
Also, we didn't talk about 60% lied to the beast, like me. I'm in the 60%.
Yeah, I lied to Beast. Or no, I just said I'm out of it.
You were the 22% who said stay out of it.
Yes.
You could also be silent and let the door slam in his face.
That's another thing that's cool. You can just be silent for any
I love
dialogue.
that. It's great for some moments, especially when Bigby has the cigarette in his hand, and instead of talking, he just chooses to bring the cigarette up to his mouth and just blow smoke.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's so cool.
Can you just, in theory, could you just play the game the whole way through just being silent?
There are some decision points you have to make, but you can play this game predominantly silent if you wanted to. Just make no strong opinions.
That'd be fun.
One way or another, but I imagine things would play out based on that.
Yeah. The story would probably go in a more direct path.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to Toad's first. He needs help right now. That seems a bit more pressing to me.
This is the part I think where I could see you talking about him being very annoying.
Yes.
Because he is blatantly lying to us.
Well, once we get there, there's one of the Tweedles upstairs. I don't remember if this is D or Dumb who we're chasing at this moment.
But we see one of the Tweedles.
And
they just barely pass, in my opinion, without needing glamour.
Yeah, barely. Like,
yeah.
You just think, don't make eye contact with that dude. Just, don't stare. Just keep moving on with your life. I don't know, man.
Yeah, the Tweedles. We see one of the Tweedles upstairs in the hole that we made through when we busted the wall.
Did you keep Yeah, the hole that you made.
Yeah.
Did you keep investigating here before you went downstairs? Because I didn't spend a lot of time investigating. I
didn't either.
When I heard the child cry, I went downstairs thinking I could be back up here, and then no, you don't get back up there again. So I don't know if we missed something then.
I don't either. I just remember hearing what sounded like Toad's son crying, or someone crying.
We'll live in blissful ignorance here, I guess.
Yeah.
Not knowing. Well, there hasn't been like an item that I was like, I wish I had something here. I said, my note here, hopefully I can go back upstairs. No.
Oh.
Can't. Snow was really nice to the kid.
Yeah.
He asked to show her she asked if he could show her his insect collection.
Yeah.
So that was like a really cute moment there.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to try to help Toad, because it's like,
the kid is a way into Toad's like just money, like, I don't know, his heart.
There was a moment where I thought, is Toad like a bad father? But then when it was unfolding, it was like, no, Toad is hiding something.
Yeah.
On purpose. Like,
so there's a lamp that's busted up in a area that has 2 plugs already in it.
And you see a blood stain on the floor or on something.
So you ultimately have to connect. I imagine you can quit out early. Did you find everything here?
I did, I think.
You connected all. There's 3 pieces of the puzzle. It's connecting the fireplace to. I love that Bigby picks up the fireplace poker and just swings it as he's telling his story. Is like, well, I pricked my foot on the as he's like showing it his exact match where his head is.
Yeah,
and then he mentions like, I got my hand early. He's like, I thought you got your foot. He was like, I got both.
I got both.
I'm clumsy.
I'm clumsy. Yeah. And then you catch him in a few lies, and Toad this whole time. I had a lot of times in the game during that sequence where it was just like, you caught Toad in a lie. It was very satisfying, but it was also like, why are you hiding? We want to help you, man.
He keeps lying. Oh my God, is my note here.
Yeah, it's like it is annoying. It's like, we want to help you. I like you. You're funny. I want to help you.
There's the dust mark for the broken lamp. I said, this is the most frustrating scene in video games. Is my next note. I was like, I caught you in like 3 lines, Toad. Just tell me what's going on.
But once it kind of comes to like a breaking point,
then it makes sense.
It makes sense. We Snow comes out with Toad's son, and we learn that Tweedledee or Dumb, one of them came in. One of them came in, hit him with the poker.
He takes off his hat, and you see the blood stain from like the back of his head.
You see it, and then he essentially threatens Toad and says, "If you tell anybody anything, I'm gonna kill your boy." And it's like, okay.
And Toad removes face coat, the donkey skin coat that we know from the story from the chimney.
Yes.
And that's where you find a letter that just says, I'm sorry, written to her husband, Prince Lawrence.
Right.
So now it's time to show him the letter. No big deal. We're just going to go there.
Let's go there.
Not a pressing matter at all.
Yeah, nothing is bad happening currently. Nobody's currently dying right now.
Did you get the line here where they say, where Snow White asks, "Does it always go that smoothly?" And Bigby goes, "Not often."
Not often. Yeah, I did get that.
I like that. My note here, Lawrence's apartment, I wrote holy frame rate dips.
I didn't have that problem, but
imagine that playing a 10-year-old game on a nice new computer.
Oh yeah.
versus playing this on a game console that came out in 2005.
I would certainly hope I wouldn't have frame rate issues, but that's fair.
It's rough.
Oh yeah, because that game would have been out when the Xbox One and PS4
2013.
were out.
They were just about to come out, if not so October. The first episode 1 came out in October of 2013, so this is a month before the new consoles shipped.
Ah, okay.
They did eventually come to the new consoles, but whenever the final episodes were coming out, this was into the Xbox One generation and the PS4 generation. Mm-hmm. So already old hardware. This is like what people consider like the Switch now, where if you play something like Tears of the Kingdom, it's like, this is a miracle this thing runs as well. Then you look at Pokemon and go, what happened?
Exactly. It's like it's funny. Just a small tangent here.
That's okay.
With Zelda, when I was playing it, I was enjoying it, and I was like, this is beautiful, but I got mad.
You're right.
I was like, if Zelda looks this good, why can't the biggest media franchise on the planet make a game that runs more than 10 frames per second?
I literally turned to my wife, pointed at the screen, and like, look at this! There's an entire city underneath the ground, and it's still running good, and Pokemon can't put 3 things on the screen without dying.
Yeah, I know. I'm a huge Pokemon fan, by the way. I love Pokemon. I've gone out of my way to defend the dumbness of the new stuff, and I love Scarlet and Violet. They're great games, but the way they run is horrible. They could be better in terms of performance, easily. But yeah, back to the game. Sorry.
So we're here to check on Lawrence, but he's already dead, it seems.
Yeah,
I wrote, no, he's alive. He's like gasping for air.
He is at the cusp of death, and it is like, I go to get him some water.
Yeah, I did too, and then he immediately dies.
Yep.
Who did this to you? Faith,
yeah.
And then he dies.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, great, that solved nothing.
Yeah.
That only muddles things. Great. Thanks, Toad.
Yeah, I know. For real, I was upset of my decision. Because I don't know what... I guess we wouldn't know.
They set up like 4 things it could be.
Could we...
There's the dagger on the floor that's bloodied.
Yeah.
There's the gunshot wound that looks like it could be a headshot wound.
Yeah, and
that
hole
goes
in the
to
wall.
That goes to the hole in the wall. Then you have the matter of the Tweedles, whatever happened with him, because you... before that, though, Snow White kind of twists the knife a little bit when she says, it's only 2 words, but he died without seeing them. Thanks, Snow. With the letter. Did you put the letter with him? Did you give him the letter in the end?
I think I had left it. I can't remember.
Because she says that, and I slipped the letter in his hand, so he at least has it with him.
I don't know if I did that.
I don't know if it changes anything, but it was just like a good somber...
I should have done that. I don't know if I did.
I mean, he's dead, so we couldn't save him.
And then we still investigate for a while, and as we do...
Oh, there's also sleeping pills there, so there's like 3 or 4 things here that it could be.
There's a bunch of things. It's like, how did this man die?
Then the most obvious thing here happens. He says, maybe I should have come here first. I'm like, we know.
Yeah, it's like...
Yep, no.
But then again, on the other hand, maybe something would have happened to Toad. We don't know because we didn't see the other option.
Did you find Faith's other note here? Or Lawrence's note to Faith here?
I think so. What did it say?
It was when you pull down the pull-down bed, there's a note that says, this was for the best. Everything points to a suicide, but being a detective game, I'm not sure is my note. Tweedle was in the cabinet. You chase him through some apartments.
Yeah, you run it. That was kind of a fun... I actually had fun with that chase sequence. Weirdly enough.
It was really cool. Some frame rate dips made me think I was about to lose him. And because I kept missing the timings. This was where I was talking about where I was like, is it the right stick? Is it the left stick? What is the one that works? So I just started using both of them.
You eventually catch up to him, and it's funny. You got him pinned against the wall, and he's like, dumb. Or
he says something about it's very dumb. And he goes, no, I'm D. He's dumb.
And then you get
you out.
whacked by the other Tweedle.
Snow White wakes you up after they already escaped. There's a really good line here where she was like, you ask what happened. He's like, well, I scared them off, but they were kicking you while you were down. And then Bigby says that explains the ribs. That
explains the ribs. I remember that.
So we connect the dots here that lead to the Trip Trap Bar.
Yes. Which is where Holly works.
Yeah, where Holly works. I suspect the face pimp here. This is where you firmly make a decision on who you think the prime subject is. You were confident the woodsman here? Or did you change it?
I actually changed it here to the Tweedle, whatever the Tweedle was.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Yeah.
15% said 15% said Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I was Georgie in the 22% because I just suspected her pimp, who we find out is Georgie in the next chapter. Most people said nothing to Snow.
Wait, no. My prime suspect was still the woodsman, but I ended up making a different choice about who to catch.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
In the moment.
Gotcha. Well, we'll discuss that as we get there. Snow explains that she's operating in a broken system. Shady people get help while desperate people struggle. Like Bluebeard gets help while we see like people like Grendel and Holly who are struggling, and Toad. The luxury gap in Fabletown is growing. It's getting bigger.
Yes.
So I reassured Snow, and I'm saying basically hey, you're doing the best job you can.
Yeah.
It sucks, but
yeah, Snow is clearly going out of her way to try to bridge this gap in the best way she can. She's just not getting much support from Ichabod, and it's just difficult.
So the Trip Trap Bar, bartender Holly not cooperating.
Yeah. The clear animosity for Bigby because of his status as a detective, and there's clearly just animosity because, like we said earlier,
the system. But in that moment, it's like I'm trying to do an investigation. So you're on Bigby's side throughout the whole thing, and you understand, but you also understand in retrospect where people are coming from.
Yes, absolutely. And
but in that moment, you get frustrated.
In the moment, I got mad and I made a decision that I regretted.
What did you regret?
So
is it at this bar before the woodsman comes out?
It's before the woodsman comes out.
Okay, what did you do?
I think it is, at least.
Okay.
You get into a fight with Grendel, correct? Is that before?
That's after.
That's after? Okay, never mind.
The woodsman comes out. So,
the woodsman comes out, and he's like, oh yeah.
But before he comes out, though, I did something dumb that reflected in chapter 2. I went up there and be like, oh, he's not here. What's that name on the board? And they're like, so I was like, so there's no game going. So you don't mind if I do this? And I erased the board with my hand.
Oh, that would have been funny.
And it's smeared. I don't know if it does anything, but I saw it in the second chapter, and it made me laugh.
I should have done that. Would have been funny. I didn't do that, but that would have been funny.
Wouldn't make a difference if I just did this and just he takes his hand and just.
Did anybody look mad that you did that?
It was just like, what is this guy doing?
Oh.
So woodsman comes out. Grendel tries to step in, but he's like, I just want to talk to him. Mm-hmm. Just want to talk to him. Just gonna talk to the guy. Nothing will happen here.
And you do. It starts out fine.
So then he starts talking about. He's like, I was looking to rob her, and you think he's talking about Faith, but no.
He's talking about Little Red Riding Hood.
He was planning on robbing Little Red Riding Hood.
Yep.
But the big bad wolf was there first, so he killed the wolf and got the glory.
Yep.
Which
is wild. That was a wild. I don't know. That was a really cool moment for me. I was like, oh.
And woodsman becomes scared during Fate. So there's a bit here. I remember this scene distinctively from my first playthrough because I picked the exact wrong option first, and then I got mad, so I restarted this whole section because you get 2 options that are angry. You can be silent, which is what I did this time, or you could say glass him.
Oh.
And when I thought glass him, I was an optimist in that situation. I was like, you know what? Let's pour a drink. Let's talk this out. This was a long time ago. Nope. You take that glass
and you break it
and
across
smash it into his head.
Yep.
To which I screamed and then shut the game off and played this entire section again 10 years ago. I still remember it.
Oh
so my note here was Michael, do not pick glass him this time.
I did not do that. I did not hit him across the head.
Yeah. You did not. So you knew about that bit then.
No,
you inferred it. You knew what you were smarter than me. You knew what it was going to be.
I thought it could be like he's probably going to hit him in the head with the glass.
I was like, we're going to pour a drink. We're going to talk this out. Have some whiskey. There's this bar right here. You and me. Glass him. Like, cheers, buddy. Like, it's okay. I've done some bad stuff too. Mm-hmm. Our hands aren't clean. It's going to be okay. Just tell me what's up. Is what I thought that was going to be.
Nope. Break it across
his head, to which the bar fight immediately starts. But there's a bit of a build-up here now, so this is a better option. Woodsman was scared after hearing that Faith died. Grendel gets tired of you asking like questions, and then the fight breaks out with several animation glitches here for me. Bigby was standing in a T pose literally in the corner.
Oh, that's funny.
And as Grendel was fighting an invisible man.
Oh no.
It was wild. And I will say, this is the last time I had like glitches like this. It seems like they got their stuff together for whenever the other episodes were coming out. They were not. They were still frame rate drops and everything, but I didn't have anything as egregious as this. I could tell like they were improving it as they went, which I think was where we'll get to like the episode schedule. Yeah, I'll talk about as we get into chapter 2.
But yeah, the moment I saw the woodsman looked like he was shocked to find out that Faith was dead, or like there was a moment where he made like an expression where I was like, okay, this
guy's not.
This idiot wouldn't fake that, or he would not be smart enough to fake that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, maybe it's not Woodsman after all.
So you fight Grendel.
Yep.
Do you rip his arm off?
I ripped his damn arm off.
You ripped his arm off.
And that's what I regret. I regret it. The moment I did that, I was like, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
I did not do that. I'm like, you know what? No, tensions are high. I get it. I'm trying to be the good guy here. You rip his arm off.
You made the right call there.
This is our inflection point here. I want to touch on this as we go further, because I
felt so bad because the whole time you're in that bar, for the rest of the time you're talking to anybody, you just hear Grendel like
he's still doing that,
softly,
but like it's just
sobbing.
like, come on, dude. He ripped his arm off, so I understand. Yeah. I tried to pay for the drinks, but my money was already gone because I gave it to Faith.
Yeah.
So
that came up.
Tweedledee walks in trying to do an investigation.
I chase after him.
I ain't having that. I chase after him.
I let the woodsman go in lieu of Tweedle because of that sudden shift I had of my opinion of Woodsman. Like, I mean, he's still an ass, obviously, but
we are in the majority. 68% decided to go after Tweedledee. The Woodsman was 31%.
Nice. Okay,
that's not always good because the majority of people went with Toad, and we'll see how that turned out.
That's a good point.
So then it's time for the ultimate cliffhanger, where this was a cliffhanger that made me spend $20 instantly. Yeah. As soon as it wrapped up, I'm like, nope. I went to the season pass window and be like, it's such a good cliffhanger.
You go back to the stoop where you found Faith's head, and you see Snow White's head.
Yep.
Laying on the stoop.
Yep.
And I was like, no, because you just had a conversation with her in the cab before you got to the bar, and it was like an optimistic.
You're going to make things better. Yeah. I believe in you. You're going to make things better. And no, things are bad.
Yeah. No, now she's dead. Things are not better. And it's like, oh my God.
It's such a good reveal.
And I was sad, and I played the second chapter immediately after. I had the mentality of, I'm probably going to take a break and do something else. Nope. I played the second chapter.
This was going back to Life is Strange, we're allowed to spoil what we played on the show previously.
Oh, okay. Life is Strange spoilers.
Life is Strange spoilers. So, the end of chapter 3, where you see Chloe in the wheelchair.
Because of the effects of
meddling with time.
Yeah.
That was the moment that I'm like, I'm beating this game tonight.
Yeah.
I stayed up till like 2 a.m. playing that thing.
I played this game in college, and I marathoned, I think, from chapter 3 to the end of the game.
At that point, that was such an effective movie. That's what this was for me. I did the same thing. Except, when I paid for it, I was like, next time, it shows the next time on. It shows some of the repercussions of your decisions, teasing him, letting the woodsman go. Yeah. A confrontation with the beast. It's really smartly done, except this next time on doesn't look anything like the next chapter. Did you notice that? Like, Beast has a confrontation with you in broad daylight in the alleyway.
Yeah.
I have suspicions that was I have a feeling they didn't start working on Chapter 2 until they thought Chapter 1 sold.
I think so,
I
too.
have a sneaking theory.
Because when you do have something that happens later, it's not that. It's not a broad daylight confrontation with Beast.
And like a lot of the lines of dialogue are just straight missing. I bet that it could be two things. One, they're teasing the fact they're playing extra facts like your decisions are going to come back in some way, so they just made up scenes.
They could have done that, because I think there were a few of those at the end of Chapter 2.
Yeah.
I think. So I think that might have been a combination. It could have been a combination of both.
They weren't done. I have a feeling they weren't done, because I'll tell you why. When they announced this game, they said episodes are going to come out between 1 and 2 months. Episode 1 came out in October. I was like, sweet, October, November, December,
Around Christmas time.
Around Christmas time, I will experience the next episode of Wolf Among Us. I'll be on holiday break. I come back from holiday break, still no Wolf Among Us. February.
Oh.
Finally, the episode dropped. I read the comics in that time frame. The first 2 volumes, because I'm like, I gotta know. I need this hit. And so this is a prequel. I knew about the Snow White. Well, not Snow White's fate. I knew she'd be back because this takes place before the comic books.
Oh.
This is a prequel to the comics. So and then you read book 1 and Snow White's alive. And you're like, well.
Yep, that kind of ruined the twist for me.
I was like, all right. But then it became like, how?
Yeah, exactly.
It became less like that. It's like, okay, how is she alive?
I only had that.
I knew that twist. That twist was spoiled for me because of me diving into one to read the comic books, but which are really good, by the way. The Fables comics are really good.
We start up the chapter interrogating a Tweedle, right?
No, we start with him Bigby in shock, and it hard cuts to the Upper West Side precinct, the human precinct. As he's being interrogated. It's a great cut there because it's the same expression on his face as it hard cuts.
It is.
And I want to say when I played this game originally, it glitched out and like the background was blurry when it changed. This time it worked fine.
Huh.
So that's always nice. Bigby's pissed and snowballing the cop. I just have not say a thing, just smoking on the opposite corner, like not giving you nothing.
I remember that now, yeah.
Then all of a sudden the cop has a nosebleed and then everyone passes out. And then Ichabod
comes in. And
good guy Ichabod Crane.
Yeah.
Comes and
good guy Ichabod
breaks you
Crane.
Out. He casts a spell.
Guy.
He casts a spell to get Bigby out and make everyone forget about the Woodland Apartments. Meanwhile, Bluebeard is interrogating Tweedle. You're like, wait, what? You left him with him?
Yeah. You and Ichabod come in on him interrogating Tweedle.
He's like, you left him at a flagpole or a light post. But my note is wrong here. It says Bluebeard is interrogating Bluebeard. That's wrong. That's a funny image.
Why did you kill one of your wives?
No says I killed anybody. Good voice on Bluebeard. I don't know who does the voice acting there.
It is a good voice.
It is a good voice. Woodland apartment basement. So, Bluebeard is being aggressive. Oh wait, I think there's a decision point here. Yeah,
I was very calm with Tweedle.
Yeah. No, not with Tweedle. You ride. I didn't write any notes on this section, but you ride with Crane on the way back from interrogation. There's 2 points of inflection here. You can sympathize with Crane, or you can accuse him of not caring about her.
So I didn't like Crane from the start at all.
You did the accusatory thing here?
I didn't like him from the start, but I still sympathized.
I sympathized.
Because I was like, I'm not going to be an asshole right now because I thought she was dead.
Yeah.
So I was
we're too nice, John. We're the 21%.
Yeah.
88% called him out.
And I should have called that guy out.
Mm-hmm. Bluebeard is doing an aggressive interrogation.
Yep.
Did you get Tweedle talking?
I did get Tweedle talking because I gave him some drink. I was calm with him. I tried to level with him, and he got talking.
I like that you can go through each of the items and kind of like interact with them in some way. Like you go and smoke the cigar. You can like let him take a drink.
Yep.
You can take his money. I took his money.
I didn't do that.
I just saw the water catch the guy. I was like, I just wanted to see what would happen. I didn't know if like Bigby was gonna start burning dollars in front of him, which is what I was hoping he does. But he's like, I need that, and Bigby just goes, okay, then pockets it. It's like it's a part of the investigation. Which helps me out later. Having a wad of $100 bills turns out helped me later on. So if you didn't have that, I wonder because you didn't have the money from Faith either. I wonder how a certain scene in this chapter
Yeah, still no money. I'm still broke.
Plays out. Bluebeard was upset with me playing the good cop. This is another bit of like, he's talking, obviously.
Yeah, it's like you're an idiot. You weren't getting anywhere. Now you are, and you're mad about it?
That's why he's mad at you, because he's another like bad guy who ends up in a good situation.
Yeah.
But instead of empathizing with you in that regard, he's just a dick.
Yeah.
I hate Bluebeard.
I don't like Bluebeard or Ichabod.
Snow White walks in, and that's our cold open.
Yeah, we got Snow White, and then it rolled the intro. And I was like, whoa. And then that's when we learn that apparently someone is making counterfeits of the glamour.
To not just disguise people, but to make them look like other fables.
Yep.
Which is crazy. It's like the have you ever seen Battlestar Galactica? It's like anyone can be a Cylon, anyone can be a killer robot.
Yes. Yeah.
So there's like that mystery aspect to it too now. It's like, who do you really trust?
Exactly.
Like, who do you really know? Because
and I had that thought about this is not a spoiler because I don't know what happens, but that thing about what he says about who killed you, Faith could be alive. Faith could be alive because that may not have been Faith's head. We don't know now that is a possibility.
That's true.
I had that thought as I was going through that chapter. I was like, huh.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Just something to keep in the back of your mind.
So we go back to the business office. I wanted to investigate the body before you talk to TJ. So TJ's there because he was the one who found...
He found...
Not Holly. Or no, Lily.
Yeah, Holly's sister, Lily.
Well, so the body we later discover is Holly's sister, Lily, when we just do the investigation. TJ found Lily and heard somebody run off as he threw him into the river. But I decided to investigate the body before I talked to TJ.
I think I did too.
You did too? Because I'm like, look, I want to know everything before I start asking questions to somebody.
Exactly. Yeah, I had the same thought.
So the woman who looks like Snow, Lily, is laying at the witching well. What we found, I'm going to go through everything I found. I want to see if you found everything too. The rope marks on the ankles imply that she was tied up and had bricks or cinder blocks tied to her.
Yes, found that.
She used human drugs.
Yes.
Brooch on the collar.
Yes.
Possibly black market glamour. Of course, we found that. That's one of the things you have to find, I think. Flowers in the hand.
I did find the flowers in the hand. They were purple, right?
The purple flowers.
Yep.
Yes, John did. Because you had to pry it open. Mm-hmm. The fact that she was wearing
I was afraid I was afraid they'd go morbid with that and they'd be like, you'd crack her fingers off.
Yeah, I was worried about that too. But it was pretty light. It was just like it sounded like you cracking your knuckles or something.
Yeah, nothing broke off.
Wasn't violent.
Yeah.
Did you notice she was wearing lingerie?
Yes.
Which
there's
a funny bit with Snow where he's like, is this? And so I was like, no.
yeah. That was funny.
Is this? Because Snow is here. I think for me, I think she's here too. I think she has to be here.
It was a little weird for
she's
her.
uncomfortable, especially the bits where you have to like investigate. Big B's very, or at least how I played him, he's very like, hey, look, if you need to step out, I completely understand. This is weird.
That was
Let me know when you're uncomfortable, and we can just walk away. Okay?
Exactly. That was what I did when I was...
The vial containing Snow's hair in a stolen picture, and then the glamour wore off here, revealing Holly's sister, Lily.
Yep. And that was when we realized that must be what's required for the fake glamour.
Yep. Crane is racist towards trolls.
Yep.
He's also hanging around a body while we leave. I don't like that, is my note here.
Oh, he was!
Yeah!
That
you didn't you didn't realize that. I was like,
that's going to tie into something at the end of this. Yep. Okay.
Toad was using the mirror and lying as usual.
Yeah, he was. That was funny. I thought that was funny.
Like, I saw you.
I know, but that was funny.
It was funny, but I hate how much I liked it. So TJ hid in the East River, where he heard someone coming. So he swam.
I was very calm with TJ. I was very nice.
Yeah, you have to be here. He swam to the top and ran home because he was scared. I didn't push further. I told him to call if he remembered anything.
And Toad was like, "What? You?"
He swam to the top. I'm like, Toad, just let the kid talk, please. He's fine. Because Did you also do the thing like you're not? Anytime you had the option,
you're
like,
not
you're
in any trouble.
You're not in any
Not
trouble.
in any trouble. That was what I kept saying. Yep. Because
So
he's probably used to getting in trouble a lot with Toad.
Toad was using the mirror, and it's like as usual. So then you decide to go to the trip chat to tell Holly about Lily.
Yeah.
Did Snow come with you?
She did.
You let it make her own decision, or not telling her to stay safe.
I told her to do what she felt she should do. I let her make her own decision.
90, we're 92% here. 8% told her she should stay safe. I have a suspicion that if Snow White was there, Lily's body would not be thrown down the witching well, because she'd be there to watch Crane.
That's right. That's a good point.
Because we didn't know Crane was a suspect.
Well, that might not have been the nicer decision. That might have been the better decision.
That's what this game's about. There's a lot of red herrings in the choices, which I really like. Especially, they're getting me the second time going, of course I want Snow with me. And then remembering, like, dang it again. It got me again.
Man.
So, everyone hates Jack. Jack's just here.
Yeah,
Jack of the Beast. I forgot he's not really in the rest of this section here.
He's not like the Puss in Boots portrayal. Oh, what took you so long, idiot?
Oh, that's Jack. I thought this was Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk.
I thought it was Jack Horner.
Oh, man.
I could be wrong. I'm not actually
I can rave all day about getting sidetracked here. Jack Horner is like the best villain in an animated movie I've seen in a long time.
He was very funny.
If you have not seen if you like this game, I think you would like the Puss in Boots movie if you're listening.
I've seen every clip of him, but I've not seen the full movie.
Oh no, it's so great. It's like, you're not gonna shoot a puppy, are you, Jack? Yeah, in the face. Why? That movie's amazing.
I got to see that movie.
It's fantastic. I highly recommend. If you love this game, you're gonna like it. But everyone hates Jack. Trying to tell Lily gently, but she's mad at Snow. She says it should have been you.
Yeah, she does. I remember that.
So let Snow do her thing with no interruptions, and she gave Holly
the flower,
the
right?
brooch.
The brooch. Yeah.
And she became more cooperative. So basically, Snow handled this entire part.
It
got to a point where I think the only thing you can do is I tried to get her alone, but Jack kept pushing it.
Yeah.
So I just had to tell her, hey, look, because they're like, where is she? And I was like, I think you already know the answer to that.
Yeah.
So Snow kind of does her thing. She gets Holly to her side. She gives her the brooch. And we find out Lily works at a place called the Pudding and Pie under the thumb of Georgie, her pimp.
Yep.
Possibly who owed Faith money. Who Faith owed money. I promised Holly the body of Lily. Mm-hmm. Snow said I did good with her.
Yep, I promised her that too, which was why that was a sad twist when we find out later that she didn't get it. Because it was thrown down a wishing well.
Because trying to hide evidence, turns out.
Yep.
The Pudding and Pie. First note, Georgie sucks, but that's to be expected.
Yeah, I hate Georgie. But then again, I think I went into that knowing that Georgie was probably not going to be the best guy.
He's just a clean-cut guy going... He's like, yeah, just run a little gym... A Faith died? Oh no. Here's all my records. I'll do everything to help you out. That's not what's going to happen.
Nope.
That's not what was going to happen.
He did the opposite of that. And I wanted to punch him, but I didn't hit him. That was an option at one point.
I didn't break anything, but I found the floor safe. Last time I broke the boombox. Because the game, I argue that the game made me. Last time, because it does that sweet shot where Bigby takes the paddle and just rakes it off the desk, slowly walking towards it, and I'm just like, I gotta hit this button. I gotta hit this button.
I didn't do it.
I didn't do it this time. I resisted the urge, but just that shot of just.
I had the Grendel guilt. I wanted to smash everything in that building, but I had the Grendel guilt still in me, and I was like, maybe Georgie's not going to be worth doing this to, and so I just didn't do it.
So yeah, you uncover the force. There's also worth noting here that he's basically he's definitely emotionally abusing Nerissa, the Little Mermaid.
Oh, absolutely.
Doing it coaching her on her act, but also being very rude about it and just.
And also I was like, nudity. Oh, okay.
Yes, I never made a game.
That's true.
It had to happen sooner or later.
That's true, but I guess I didn't.
It is the subject matter.
You don't see it in games like that. as much.
Especially in like 2013, it was a different. It was a. This was around the time games started to be a little bit more comfortable with nudity.
Yep. GTA 5 came out the same year.
This is very like that's like the console generation that they did. I think of like playing like The Witcher 2 and nudity being like it wasn't like a joking matter. Nudity being taken as it would in like an HBO drama and not for the sake of like pointing and like laughing at it.
Yeah.
Type deal. God of War was before that, but I didn't play God of War, so things like The Witcher and things like this, or like Mass Effect didn't really have like explicit nudity like this. It was a lot more like PG-13 versus here is like HBO drama. So this wasn't as taken aback as I was like at the time, going whoa, and of course I'm like someone's gonna walk in when I'm playing this scene.
Yeah, no, I was like I'm just gonna close the doors during that.
So it definitely toes the line of like HBO drama here with its like with its mature themes. It doesn't shy away from them. It doesn't make them a joke and everything. It handles its subject matter very strongly. Again, except for the first scene where they're just dropping F-bombs every single line, and just like you can tone it back a little bit, and it didn't bother me for the rest of the section here.
No.
So
we get a moment to talk to Nerissa.
Yeah.
And she essentially it's obvious she wants to help, but she can't because of the policies.
And she says something that the mirror says. Did you catch that?
No.
She says the thing that the mirror says whenever you ask about somebody. I can't remember who it is. You ask about somebody and he says, "Unfortunately for you, these lips are sealed."
I think it was it was Faith, I think.
You ask about Faith and it's like, "Unfortunately, these lips are sealed." And then you ask her about Faith and she says, "These lips are sealed."
Oh.
Something to point out there.
That's interesting. Okay, yep.
I got that again this time and went, "Oh,
I didn't catch that. That's cool.
Happening here. So, did you get the book from Georgie's safe?
I did.
Okay.
I did get the book.
I think that happens if you don't hit him or do anything. I couldn't remember if I had it last time. But you also find $54 in that safe if you gave Faith the money, which makes you go, So, but also it's like she made it back here.
Clearly she gave it to George. Yeah, Georgie got the money.
Georgie got the money.
So he didn't have any reason, in theory, to do it? Because I was starting to be suspicious of Georgie because of just because of how much of an asshole he was.
Yeah, he sucks. But, so she insinuates like, "Hey, I can't say anything, but you should make an appointment." Mm-hmm. You can play it off as dumb, but what do you mean? I'm not like that. Or Big B's like, yeah, I get the hint and everything. I took the money, so I had enough money to cover her.
I didn't take the money.
What did you do?
She just let me do it anyway.
Oh, God. I was kind of hoping there'd be like an additional.
I can't remember. I think she might have been like, "You can pay me later" or something like that.
Gotcha.
It was not a big deal.
She'll come after you. Norris the Little Mermaid. She's gonna send like Scuttle and Sebastian after you, like cracking their knuckles. Like, where is it? Pay up.
We're
got you that room.
We're gonna put you under the sea.
My took from D covers the appointment. She gave me a key to room 204, but we're looking for room 207 because we discover that somebody who's going by the alias Mr. Smith.
That was where they took
someone who is Snow White.
Yes.
S. White.
Yeah, it was clear at this point that Lily, the sister of Holly, the bartender, was putting on this Snow White character for this client.
For this client, yeah. So that's why we just putting it in pie.
That was her gimmick. Is that it was like a weird, twisted fantasy, literally a fantasy. Mm-hmm. But yeah. And you get there, and at the reception, and
it's literally next door.
Yeah. That's funny too. And you get in there, and you see at the receptionist desk Beauty.
There's a funny bit here too, where a cop walks out. And he puts his hat down, like not making eye contact, being like, "I don't see you. You don't see me."
Yeah, that was funny. I noticed that too.
Big B sees a soda machine and says, "That shit'll kill you while smoking." I love it.
Yeah. That's funny too.
I love this bit.
I like Big B.
But yeah, sorry. Now to get back to your point where Beauty's working the front desk.
No, you're good. But that's when we learn, okay, this is what she doesn't want Beast to know. And then we learn more about why. It's like Beast is very proud, and he doesn't know that they need this bad, or at least.
Yeah, things are bad for her.
Yeah.
And she's living in like a nicer apartment. She's one of the like more famous fairy tales.
Yes.
And she's struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, like things are bad in Fabletown. The economic situation there is really rough.
Yeah, even the like well off are not doing
Who
well.
you assume would be the well off ones, or
Yes.
so have money trouble. So she took out a loan from the Tweedles. So she apparently tried to go through the business office to help, but it's just a burn because she was like, he's like, you could have asked for help, and she said, I tried. Such a good moment there.
Yeah.
So it's all messed up. So clearly there's some like under the table dealings at the business office because Bluebeard just has a free pass to get whatever he wants, basically.
Yeah.
So there's some underground like system money under the table situation going on here. Beauty walks up with me to avoid suspicion. She says she'll kick me out in 5 minutes.
Yep.
Her key doesn't work because there's a bit here where he's like, room 204. He's like, I need room 207. And she's like, I can't just give you that. So you're with Beauty. And then the Beast walks up and he sees this situation for her trying to get in this room.
And he automatically assumes the worst.
It's a fight.
And you fight him, and you have the option to hit him again.
Or you don't have to hit him at all. I didn't hit him at all.
I didn't hit him at all.
We're the 7%.
Yep.
Don't hit, because I tried to make it so that when he had the upper hand, I was gonna ease off. But when he has the upper hand and you ease off, he kills you.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. You mean that you don't have to hit them? Okay, so I did hit him once
on the ground.
Yes,
I did not.
I hit him once, but I did not hit him again.
Okay, this is how it happened for me. I was wondering when the point was where I could have shown mercy.
Right.
And I was thinking, oh, he has the upper hand. He's choking me out. I'm going to ease up the pressure and not push back. He kills you.
Yeah.
So, restart. Okay, I do that. Then I got him on the ground and I have the option to punch him. I just let that play out and see what happens. And it's fine. He picks me up and then throws me into the room.
Yeah, which is what...
That's what happens to you too. He throws you into the room.
I still get thrown into the room.
So, there is...
In the room.
9% never had the Beast at your mercy. That's me. You're the 77% who opted to punch him one time. So you're in the majority.
Because it wasn't until after that I realized, oh, okay, I don't have to hit him again.
Yeah.
So I just didn't. I didn't want to add insult to injury.
I let the Beast throw me in the room. There's a shock of the murder calms the Beast down instantly. He's like, wait, oh.
Yeah.
Piece it together like.
He pieces it together pretty quickly. He's like, oh, okay, I misunderstood this completely.
He has, from Beast's perspective, he is not... He just trying to kill you without an explanation, but you can kind of see where the pieces would connect.
Yeah.
In his mind.
Sure.
And props on the Beast for looking at that and just going, oh, I get it.
Oh, yep. And he did not...
Egg on my face.
He even helped you. He kept watch at the staircase while you were investigating.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to make sure no one comes up here. Beauty, we'll talk later. You do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Like, he trusts you from that
Beast
point.
and I are still cool. It was a little bad, but we're cool.
We're both Beast. We're both guys with checkered past trying to do the right thing. I see Beast and Big B kind of like having
a bit of a understanding there.
Yeah, there'd be. I would think there'd be an empathy there.
Yeah. Beast may have had the better end of the bargain, though, because he ends up being the good guy at the end of his own fairy tale.
Yeah. Right away, the flowers from her hand matches the flowers on the bed. There's an apple on the floor. Did you connect everything here?
Yes.
So Beauty is very impressed that you're actually like a good detective. She wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Because you connect the apple with the teeth marks and realize that they were reenacting the story.
They were reenacting the story from the book. Whoever this is, just some sort of weird fetish of the Snow White fairy tale.
Yes. And it's a stalking obsession.
With snow.
So with pictures of the real Snow White with Big B. I like that they're in the comic book art style too. These pictures here, like the hand-drawn style is.
I like them too.
Very reminiscent of like the art design from the comic book, which is very well done. That comic's real good.
Yep.
Crane is in the picture with Lily, presumably our Mr. Smith.
Yep.
Crane is watching through the magic mirror and he destroys it.
Yep.
Cut to black. End of episode 2.
Episode 2.
Feels like a shorter episode than episode 1.
I think it was.
So imagine me, October, waiting 5 months and getting a shorter episode.
Yeah. It's like, ah.
From this point forward, we had, between episode 2, we had regular releases. We had episode 5 in July. From February to July, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's February, March, April, May, June, July. 5 months for the last 4 episodes, or 3 more episodes in that 5 month period,
Okay.
which is a lot better.
That's, yeah.
So I have a sneaking
They hit their
suspicion
stride.
that they pushed it back to polish because episode 1 on the 360 was, I mentioned it several times, did not run exactly well.
Right.
So there was a lot I imagine they were polishing that out and maybe changing some script stuff, or maybe even finishing it up, because a lot of the scenes here do not match that first next time on The Wolf Among Us. Like, there was several things that did not match there. So I'm thinking that they just needed some time in the oven to like polish it out. Polishing was the big thing, and like finishing up like the story aspect for episode 2. So we played a little bit of episode 3, the first like maybe third of it before we stop. So we're back in the open arms, right where we left off. Bigby's pissed. Mm-hmm. He's really mad. Yep. All of your options are really hostile, but of course they would be. Someone's going after and stalking.
I think I was mad at Ichabod. I was like, screw this guy. I already didn't like him because he was neglecting the financial situation of the city.
Yeah, for sure.
And there was a point, wasn't there a point? It was either right here at the start or it was before this. It was hinted to where it was like Ichabod Crane was not reading letters or replying to letters from people.
Yeah.
It was at this point.
There's a bit here where Beauty kind of puts things in perspective. He's like, you know how you felt when you saw that picture? It's going to be so much worse for her.
Yeah. She was, yeah.
Great line.
That was a really good line.
Great writing in this game.
Yep.
Apparently, I never got achievements for this chapter when I played it 10 years ago. Because achievements started popping here. And I went, did I miss out on a bunch of achievement points because the game was glitched or something? I never got the gamer score?
Weird.
So, okay, finally, Retribution 10 years later.
Yep.
The Buckingham Bridge. The funeral's going on. Snow White is leading the funeral. Do you interrupt the funeral?
I do not.
Of course you don't interrupt the funeral.
I stay back.
I don't care what happens if things are better. I do not interrupt that funeral.
No, it would have been off. It just was not appropriate. It's not appropriate under any circumstances, but it was especially not under those.
Then you find out Crane put Lily down the witching well. Did you just stand there, or did you go and read through all the cards that were
I think
there?
I walked around and looked at the cards.
Yeah, I perused some of the cards too.
I did, and then and it's there where when you do get to talking to people, Holly is mad at you because you didn't go through with your promise. And it's like, what do you mean? And it's like, apparently the body was disposed of without you knowing.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, I guess there's a guess as to who did that. No, yeah, you're right. I guess I knew that Crane was alone with the body, but the implications of that were worse.
We're bad, but they're worse now.
Worse knowing,
So everything seems to be going fine. The funeral wraps up, but then Tweedles come and one of the Tweedles comes and puts a gun in your back. Oh, they both show up here.
Yep. One
of them puts a gun at your back. How did this play out for you? Because I feel like this can play out multiple ways.
This Bigby was shot, but it was like not fatal.
Did everyone start walking towards you from the funeral processions?
Yes.
Okay, so that's, I think, ours.
They tried to help you. Even Grendel, who I was surprised, tried to help.
Because like, this is a funeral. What are you doing? Exactly. Not here. I tried to be like, not here.
Yeah, exactly.
Take this somewhere else.
I did too. It was, and I guess it wasn't really to help. It was more so because they were pissed that they were interrupting the funeral. But it was like they mutated into their original form. Holly was a troll. Grendel was Grendel, and
Holly shot in mine.
Yep.
So
Holly was
basically
shot.
The same things have played out here.
Yes.
So I imagine there's only a certain number. I don't know if someone can die here. Is what I was trying to figure out. No one died.
I don't think so. Just Holly was shot, and Bigby I think got shot.
So I think this is where the cold open ends, and there's a bit here where there's a physician character who shows up and then leaves, who I immediately like.
Yeah, here, this was my first and only glitch in the game. When that sequence loaded, Mike Bigby was nobody was T-posed, but everybody was standing still, and I only had the option to hit A over and over again. And then it ended that sequence of
What?
communication. I was like, what just happened? I don't know what I agreed to. So I was just apparently silent during an entire conversation that I didn't hear.
So you missed the physician?
I did, so I reloaded from a checkpoint, and I was able to get it.
Okay. So everyone lived from the encounter.
But I was just like, that was
on
weird.
Mine. He made a point. He's like, there's some injuries, but everyone's alive.
Yep, everybody. I don't think anybody died.
This physician dude who checks baby is like, you'll live. Eat more chicken. You have high blood pressure.
Yep.
Great line.
That was funny.
We're waiting for the mirror to be put back together so that we can find Crane.
Yep.
Buffkin's working on it.
Working on the mirror in the background.
Except he took a shard with him.
Yep.
Then Buffkin mentions that Crane called someone called the Witch. And he is meeting with her at 2 a.m. tonight. I think there's something else that happens here, but it wasn't important enough for me to write down. But Bluebeard busts in.
Yep.
And this is where you find out he's the financial backbone behind Fabletown. So yeah, there's definitely money, and why he does get special treatment is because he basically funds Fabletown because he's rich.
Yeah.
So he's one of the sole reasons responsible for the corruption and the wealth gap that's happening in Fabletown.
It's like, yeah, let's let this notorious villain be the financial.
Yes, and this is where we're starting to get a lowdown. We know of one place we want to go before we investigate the others here. You have three options. It is... Well, Bluebirds wants to go up and investigate Crane's apartment. Crane skipped town. We don't know where he is. We're trying to find Crane and other information. We have the option to go to the Tweedle's place of business. We have the option to go to Crane's apartment, which is what Bluebeard wants to do. So that decision's more or less, hey, is Crane's apartment a viable place to go, or do you just want to spy on Bluebeard while he's doing it?
Right.
Or option 3, Holly. I picked going to Holly.
I think I picked Crane's apartment.
And that is our stopping point.
Yeah.
We picked it, so we'll see. So you picked going to Crane's apartment.
I believe so.
I don't think that's why I did. I don't know where I went last time, but
if I didn't do that, I will correct myself in part 2, but I believe that was the one I picked.
Yeah.
It's certainly the one I wanted to do because I
kind of want to see where this plays out going in different orders here, because if I remember correctly, the rest of Act 3 is seeing these play out in different orders. So I want to see what happens when you pick that one first, because I think yours is the option I didn't do last time too. So I think I want to see where this ends up. So you're going with Bluebeard to the apartments.
Yeah, you're right about that, though. I wouldn't want to let Bluebeard do that alone.
But I wanted to go to Holly first. I can't remember exactly why Holly's was the more pressing. Let's find out the split. 40% went to the Trip Trap, which is my group. 39.6%. So it's dead split between us.
Yeah.
Tweedle's office at 20%.
Yeah, Tweedle's was, yeah. Yeah, I feel like that would be the least.
And that is our stopping point for part 1 of The Wolf Among Us. What do you think of this game so far, John?
It's very engaging, and it's got me gripped. I'm excited.
Me too.
I wanted to keep playing the chapter, but I was like, no, we got to stop. And so that alone says enough. I wanted to keep playing.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a very engaging visual game. It definitely puts the Telltale games in a good light based on the stereotypes that... If you've heard stereotypes about Telltale games...
If you play one Telltale game, I would either say this or The Walking Dead Season 1.
Right.
But I'm more biased towards this because I like the noir styling, I like the atmosphere, I love the characters more than The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead has a lot more heartbreaking moments, but I like the story here better.
My cousin told me, this is the best Telltale game. That was what he told me. And I was like, okay.
Your cousin's right. So... we will convene back here in a couple weeks for part 2 of The Wolf Among Us, where we will finish this game, where we stopped in Act 3 all the way to the end of Episode 5.
Yeah.
Where we will also discuss our next game. I'll reach out to Eric and see around that time if he's going to be back for our next game too, or we'll figure out something in the meantime, but he should be back for the next game. But it'll be me and John again. in a couple weeks to discuss the second half of The Wolf Among Us.
Yeah.
Thank you, John, for coming by and discussing video games with me.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
And thank you to all you listeners out there. You guys are amazing. We'll see you back here in a couple weeks. stateofthesave@gmail.com for your emails, at State of the Saves on social media, including Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. We have a YouTube channel for State of the Save that posts like some clips from the podcast or some stream archives from our Twitch channel, also called State of the Save. So, yeah, we kind of just goof off around there, just show off different clips and everything. But if you want to interact with us outside the show, those are the places to do it. Thank you all so much for listening, and as always, stay safe out there.
Later, everybody.